For any for a sound so Emma Haba at the back Ghana TV. So, Mamma is Ghana TV, they have and Namunia news are course so any day ever or Ghana breaking news. I can't say what Jimmy Kuchika Kwa. A office of the special prosecutor, a Kissy Eda Ben, your Hana, you want to say the Panas and be okay, court, where 2 years saying house help. How could you really seek out over the period? Can be said, eh? But the same I am Miss Africa, we have the fear to say, before bisa questions left, right, center, questions needing no answers to them. In to see our information, can say court order OSP, so near the unwritten year and this kind of sound fear. OSP ni boys FR car leka ketua na muko wa Mr. da pani fie likede you go change ni save on fafa no money ni nansi see ade 72 hours by Saturday morning there say Mr. da pa ni sa eka na because
we welcome you again to the office of the special prosecutor and happy new year. One of the contemporary legal problems that confront us is the movement and the stashing of large sums of cash, with its attendant likelihood of distorting economies. Ordinarily, it is not unlawful for a person to move or keep large cash sums as long as the money was lawfully acquired. After all, it is the person's money, and as owner, that person may choose to do what pleases that person with that person's money. The important consideration is that the holder of large cash sums should be able to account for same as to the lawfulness of the source. Therefore, where the source of the money is cast in some considerable doubt, then legal hurdles are raised and questions are posed. On this score, the antenna of investigative authorities swing into inquiring activity, where public officials are dictated to be keeping or moving large sums of money. This is because in almost every jurisdiction, including Ghana, it is extremely unusual and highly suspicious for a public officer to have such large cash sums stashed in their homes, as it raises concerns of suspected inappropriate conduct, and such occurrences dictate pause and reflection. It is in this context that the Office of the Special Prosecutor commenced investigation in July 2023 in respect of suspected corruption and corruption-related offences regarding large amounts of money, mainly in foreign denominations, and other valuable items involving Ms. Cecilia Abena Dapa, a former Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources, and her spouse, Mr. Daniel Osei-Kufo. Investigation was triggered by a complaint filed by Ms. Dapa and Mr. Osei-Kufo to the police against certain individuals on an allegation of the theft of large sums of money from the residence of the complainants. Ms. Dapa was the Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources at the time. The complaint precipitated criminal proceedings in the Circuit Court, Accra, against 4 persons on various counts of theft in court case number D4155-2023, the Republic versus Patience Bochwe and 3 others. The charges recounted that between July and October 2022, the accused persons allegedly stole valuable items from the residence of Ms. Dapa and Mr. Osei-Kufo at Abelempe, Accra, including cash amounts of $1 million United States dollars and 300,000 euros. Initial complaint to the police recounted that 800,000 United States dollars of the amount reportedly stolen from the residence belonged to Ms. Dapa's deceased brother, and 300,000 cedis was contribution towards Ms. Dapa's mother's funeral, which was contained in a box. There was no indication as to the source of the remainder of 200,000 United States dollars and 300,000 euros. On the basis of case number D4155-2023, the Republic versus Patience Bochwe and 3 others, and the totality of the criminal intelligence gathered by the Office of the Special Prosecutor, and that large sums of money were physically stashed at the residences of Ms. Dapa and Mr. Osei-Kufo, the Special Prosecutor directed full investigation into corruption and corruption-related offences involving Ms. Dapaya and her spouse, in accordance with Regulation 6 of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Operations Regulations 2018 LI 2374, as the circumstances reasonably indicated to the office that the source of the cash sum stated as belonging to Ms. Dapaya, a public officer at the time, on the charge sheet in D4155-2023, the Republic vs. Patience, Botry and 3 others, was suspicious, and that the cash sums were suspected tainted property as being proceeds from corruption and corruption-related offences. On 24 July 2023, the office placed Ms. Dapaya under arrest on charges of corruption and corruption-related offences. The office subsequently conducted searches in 3 residential properties associated with Ms. Dapaya and Mr. Osei at cantonments, Abelempe and Tesano in Accra. The searches, which were carried out over a period of 2 weeks, led to the discovery of the cash sums of 590,000 United.
Oh, Ghana, obi a mekanche obi a say nsika bi ayeraye so bi sky woni fie a se ndey neti he police ni ebet ma ba ofie a saki ofie afa sika say sika no nya wahin a obi a kanche obi say sika ayera suspect we say no ene fa sika ntino something could be court is a name and said that but no case me or court back way or no evidence in the house help and back so versus or no any OSP our code if you go as I can see OSP so you know finding now in now 3 court cases girl somewhere one said that pan that case no omunya enka ho asem wie na second court case ni so no said that any court ni bank account in OSP and then the tax also say you freezing and a court can say you cannot freeze the person's account because we can be an allegations being and bam you see I say when we our family can't me freezing account in the bank account now see a third court case in nyamana OSP you file when you know and see and then court aka say or ma OSP no 72 hours say on the on release all the funds are why then we season so I must say the OSP is now telling us that he does not have the mandate to investigate his leader, the former sanitation minister, because suspected money laundering does not fall under his mandate. He is now referring the issue to EO, ACO, some governor to say money laundering. Almost but after the OSP news he was appointed to deal with corruption and corruption related cases. Some money laundering but question I could be say since when did you realize this? Why did he take the whole nation on a wild goose chase? Should the OSP have taken several months of going in and out of court to come to this realization that he did not have the mandate to investigate the woman? Has the OSP not caused financial loss to the state? He has. He said that Ben has been on the rampage for causing financial loss to the state. Time and above later, who said, Ochi go for Ochi mo yan ko siaga Ochi mo ana olorun ta samsa sanje ka say oh nko ya mechi say so and so reasons me and continue with the investigation and back on a channel. This has been the cycles the year up and down to see and OSP no so the hold the air press conference e ka sa chair for something I know there something na no oni obia enni hu chaka bia na say da pen e ka ensemiti we ko na ha hakoti aba
and 2,730,000 cedis. Next Dapaya and Mr. Osei could not readily provide a reasonable explanation as to the sources of the cash sums. Authorized officers of the office seized the discovered cash sums on reasonable grounds that they were suspected tainted property, in accordance with Section 32(1) of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 959, as it was necessary to exercise the power of seizure to prevent concealment of the cash sums. The special prosecutor, considering it necessary to facilitate the investigations, issued a freezing order against the bank accounts and investments of Ms. Dapaya, domiciled at Prudential Bank Limited, and Societe Generale Ghana. Upon the refusal by the High Court to confirm the freezing and seizure orders in August 2023, the office re-seized the cash sums and refroze the bank accounts and investments and applied to the court again for confirmation. In FT 0074-2023, the Special Prosecutor versus Cecilia Abinadapa and Daniel Osei-Kuffour. Extensive investigation was conducted in country involving 20 persons and 3 state institutions, and especially in the Ashanti region, to establish the financial standing of Ms. Dapa's deceased brother during his lifetime and at the time of his death, since it was alleged a substantial portion of the cash sums belonged to Ms. Dapa's deceased brother. From October 2023, investigation became cross-border and transboundary upon the claim by the persons of interest that part of the seized cash sums was transported to Ghana from the United States. For that reason, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, of the United States became involved in a collaborative investigative work with the office on the matter. Investigation has been aimed at determining the sources of the large cash sums associated with Ms. Dapa and Mr. Osei-Kuffour. The office has had the benefit of 7 months of in-country and 4 months of collaborative transboundary investigation. Members of the press, on the totality of the gathered evidence and intelligence, it seems to us that the case is largely in the province of suspected money laundering and extraction. By operation of law, the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, has a specific and direct mandate in respect of suspected cases of money laundering and its attendant activity of structuring. Consequently, the Office of the Special Prosecutor is referring the case to EOCO for continued investigation and further action. The office will be in close collaboration with EOCO and continued collaboration with the FBI. A little over an hour ago, the office discontinued its application that was pending before the High Court for a confirmation of the seizure and freezing orders in pursuance of the referral of the case to EOCO. The court ordered that the office should return the cash sums and defreeze the accounts of an investment of Ms. Dapa within 72 hours. The office also discontinued the procedural criminal charge against Ms. Dapa for failure to return forms on declaration of property and income, since that was mounted on the original application for confirmation of the seizure and freezing orders, which was discontinued earlier in time. Thank you very much, members of the press. If you have any questions, if you do not, I'll be glad to depart.
Ain't other for $1 million and at 300,000 euros and at 200,000 Ghana cedis. Na you who Imam said that any few OSP as of today, almost 3/4 order say he has 72 hours. So all the time this can ever kwa for money then and I also a drink dress. So Jama mini ever so far Ghana team. So Michelle and I frame.